You have 13 minutes left to your birthday, so I will be very, very kind, very loving.
Better frickin' be.
After the 13 minutes, though, I will still continue to be loving and kind. But the birthday. I mean, it's your birthday weekend still, so I won't stir anything up. I won't start any shit.
Okay. What will you do instead?
But the birthday ban will be lifted.
The birthday ban of
being mean. Not that I'm going to be intentionally mean, but the extra filter, the birthday filter.
The birthday filter.
The birthday filter is off. Just a regular fucking day. But I did have fun celebrating your birthday. It is still technically your birthday for another 12 minutes.
Yeah, thanks. What was your favorite part of my birthday today?
I'm thinking. Probably something during the surf session or the pasta moment.
Dude, that massage though, the Thai massage. Holy shit!
I felt like I was onto something with
that. You nailed it. Like that place, it slaps.
Yeah, they slap.
I don't even want to name the place because then
I don't want to blow it up.
Yeah,
it's our spot.
I want to be selfish about this place.
Yeah, it's good. Everybody there is good too.
I want to be selfish about the massage place. I want to be selfish about my DMV find.
I feel like we've told everybody on the show about the DMV thing.
I have a newer one. We haven't talked about.
Oh yeah,
it's closer.
Oh.
Yeah, I got tipped off.
Oh.
I have newer DMV information about about where to go if you don't want to go to any hellscape in LA.
You can also just make an appointment. Everybody's been telling me.
Make an appointment?
Yeah, then you don't have to worry about waiting in line. You just make an appointment.
It's bullshit. I did that in Montebello. It was like, oh yeah, make an appointment. I showed up at like 8 a.m. There was like 5,000. There was like a city of people there. And then they give you a ticket and then you have to come back. It is bullshit. No, I'm not buying that. I'm gonna go to my, outside of LA DMV.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wait in line, and I'm not gonna book in advance.
Okay. Who gave you this tip?
What does it matter who gave me the tip? Do you think the person who gave me the tip would shift the bearing about
whether I trust
you think it's legit?
Exactly. Yes, it does.
You have to trust me that this is legit.
Okay.
Because it's from their hometown. They live there. They know. They go every year. Why would they, there's no reason for them to lie. To mislead me. You think it's like a fucking red herring where I show up and it's like awful and...
Well, I didn't hear any update about this DMV switch up.
Well, I wanted to tell you, but we've had a lot going on.
I don't trust the source. Moving on. If you can't disclose the source, then it's not a viable source.
I'm not disclosing the source. Yeah. I'm not disclosing anything.
You're not disclosing anything about it, so it doesn't exist then.
How about you think it doesn't exist until we go to it, and then it'll exist for you?
I don't know if...
It's also by the beach. It's by an actual beach.
Maybe.
We can literally get a hotel. Well, actually, no. We don't even need to. Necessarily. It's 45 minutes away. No, we can we would get a hotel. Because you go there, you drive at night, you get the hotel, you wake up, you go to the DMV, then you go to the beach. So actually, I think that is a better move because you don't want to. You wake up, you got to drive through LA rush hour. It's going to take twice as long.
Yeah, because then it doesn't make the sense.
Yeah, it's not good flow. Just get the bloody hotel, make a weekend of it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Why are you looking at me with eyes of distrust?
Everything's so secretive. How could you trust somebody with so many fucking secrets? Secret.
How about this? I'll reveal who told me off stream.
Okay.
Okay?
You could use a code name.
I'm not going to use any code names with... No code names.
Okay.
What? Why was there such a delay with your own? Okay.
I'm meting it out. I'm doing the math. Deciding whether if I am okay. So
Why?
I'm doing the math.
Why wouldn't she be okay? Do you not trust me that this is a good tip? That this is a good quality?
It's the first I hear of it. There's so many secrets about it. I trust you. I don't know anything else about the situation though. We'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
We'll look into it later.
We'll look into it.
Yeah,
you'll see.
There's too many secrets here for me to feel any trust. This whole thing is a fucking house of cards. One big bed of fucking lies, and I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what to trust. I don't know what to believe.
Okay.
7 more minutes. 7 more minutes. Happy birthday, Shmoo.
Thank you.
What was your favorite part about your birthday?
The
constant harassment. For me, breakfast.
The constant harassment.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I haven't been constantly harassing you all day?
Is that supposed to be a joke?
Yeah.
Why would you be harassing me?
As the birthday bully.
As the birthday bully?
As the birthday bully. No, but legitimately, what was your favorite part of your birthday?
No. What do you mean birthday bully?
Let it go.
I don't get the joke.
I know. That's why you can't. The explaining it's not going to make it better.
Okay.
So I said, let it go. We move on.
All right. Weird, but okay.
A lot of things are weird around here.
Yeah.
So, what is this you have pulled up?
Well, you don't care about my favorite part of my birthday anymore?
Well, it didn't seem like you wanted to get around to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are breaking the law. It's still 5 minutes left of my birthday, and you're not being very nice to me.
I'm not being mean.
No, you're not being mean.
No, I'm not being mean.
But you're not being very agreeable? Would that be?
Yeah. I can agree that I'm not being agreeable. But that doesn't have anything to do with being nice. Agreeable and nice aren't necessarily one and the same.
That's mostly true.
It's mostly true.
I think it's rare to find someone who's disagreeable but nice, or the opposite. Not nice but agreeable. Those combos are more rare. They can exist.
They
certainly.
exist, but they're definitely more rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah. So are we going to form some sort of truce? Or are you going to keep slinging mud at me?
Well, I'm waiting for you to tell me the favorite part of your birthday.
Catching a wave was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was the first time you surfed in how long?
Half my life. The last time I surfed was when I was 18. And today I turned 36. And there is like numerological and Kabbalistic meaning behind that. Because 18 means chai, which is life, Hebrew for life, and 36 is double chai, which I think is good luck.
Hell yeah. So this is going to be a year of good luck for you then, yeah?
Yeah. This is Chai. I'm bringing it up. This shit right here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That means life. It has numerical and symbolic meaning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got two letters, the chet and the yud, and then together these letters form chai, which signifies life and represents being alive. It's numerically significant, and the number 18 is universally synonymous.
Huh.
So there you go. Gifts of chai, $18. Yeah. Yeah, like when I had my bar mitzvah,
Mm-hmm.
there were definitely people who would give $18 gift certificates to a CD store, or 36,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which back then was more money than it is now.
Of course. Love that. Gift card to a CD store.
So I think there might be some significance to the fact that the last time in my life and the most current time, and well, I also happen to be a Hebrew, a man of the Hebrews, right?
Yeah. Since I've known you. So that's been true. Ever since I've known you. As long as I've known you. What did you think of the people in the surf class? It was very international.
Very international. There was that one girl who was terrible.
Uh-huh.
Kept getting in my way. Every time I would move out of her way so that I could go surf, as soon as I would catch a wave, she'd be right in my line of fire. Even after I told her, like, hey, you shouldn't be in front or behind someone in the same line.
Yeah, I think
everyone has to have their own line.
I think that person literally was just, the waves were kicking. They couldn't hold their board or anything. Like they couldn't get to where they needed to be to surf.
Right.
Oh no, I lost my screen.
It's okay. I'll come back.
Oh, okay. Wow. How did you know?
Because I'm. It's a finicky thing that happens.
That was magic.
Yeah.
Squeaker's very cute. Who was the best surfer in the class?
I mean, the other dude was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was between you or him?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I caught a few waves.
Yeah. I caught a few waves.
Yeah, but you didn't get up on the board, did you?
Yeah. Did you not see me at all? I don't think you were looking. I don't think you noticed me because I was standing on the board multiple times.
I was too busy surfing myself.
Uh-huh.
Trying to stay alive.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Is that okay with you?
You're the one saying I didn't get up on the board, but you didn't look.
Oh, I thought that's what you told me.
No. I said multiple times that I got on the board. I was surfing.
Like standing up on the board?
Yes.
Okay, so then we both surfed. What, do you want to get the bronze medal?
I wanted to place a medal, yeah, because I actually stood up and surfed on the board too.
So
yes.
Bronze?
Yes, that's what I'm demanding my bronze medal.
You get the bronze. And honestly, there's no competition because everyone else was pathetically bad. So.
Well, we were all bad. Nobody was good.
I mean, we're all beginners.
We're all beginners.
There's definitely different degrees and variants of bad.
Yes.
And there were definitely some that were way more bad than others.
Yes.
Us three were the least bad.
The least bad. Yeah. It was like, they're like, the one guy was like, there's like just a shit smear on the side of the plate. There's not actually shit in the dish, right? Yours had like a fleck of poo, all right? Mine, it's touching the sauce. You gotta throw it out. And then the rest were just like shit sandwich, a shit meatball sub.
Mm-hmm.
But ours were just lightly graced by shit.
In a shit meatball sub are the meatballs made out of poo, Italian sausage, and mozzarella.
Yeah. Or is in a shit meatball sub, is the bread made out of shit?
No.
It couldn't.
Just the meatball.
It can't be a loaf of poop, and then you slice open the loaf of poop, and the inside of that are meatballs.
How the hell are you gonna slice open a loaf of poop?
I don't know. Maybe if it's like the consistency of souffle, right? Like it's a fluffy enough turd loaf that you could split it. I'm just saying. To me, it's like one of those memes, right? Where they're like, if a dog wore pants, how would he wear the pants, right? And they have like the pants on the lower two legs, or it's like the pants on all four of the limbs, the extremities.
Yeah.
It's like that. But if it was a shit meatball sub, how would the shit be served? I agree, though.
How would the shit be served?
I agree, though. It's the meatballs. It's not the bread loaf.
It's the meatballs. Yeah, that's it. That's the answer.
But I do like the concept of it possibly being the loaf. I'm just saying we should think beyond the bun.
Yeah.
Think beyond the bun.
Would you say you're psychotic?
No.
Or a creative genius?
I'm a creative fucking genius. Clearly. You know what? It's also not my fault. I live in the era of Donald Trump and Kanye West, right? Those motherfuckers can say anything. And they do just say anything. And it doesn't matter if it's right, if there's any facts to back it up. We just live in a time, in an era, right, where people just say shit. And then people are like, that's not true. And then you just double down and you say, no, it is true. Mm-hmm. You're fake news, not real. You're lying. You're making it's like it's like the little kid on the playground that like just keeps making up new rules for your game. And then when you're like, you can't keep on coming up with like a shield that deflects my lasers, and they're like, la 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 la, can't hear you, and they just like go into a tantrum. That's kind of, I think that's where we're at. And so, just go for it. Mm-hmm. Just balls to the wall. Yeah, I'm a genius.
That's the takeaway?
Yeah, I'm a genius. Mm-hmm.
So all my tabs just disappeared for whatever reason. So.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Biden weed.
Biden did something with weed. Oh, there's a hook on that. There's a catch with that whole Biden thing.
Tell me about the catch.
It only works for people that are citizens.
Okay.
Anybody that was a non-citizen, when they're caught with that drug charge, will not be released
from prison.
Yeah.
They're holding those people in prison.
That's what I was.
As opposed to just sending them back to their country.
Yeah.
Where they're from. Well, that's fucked.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
politics. You just gotta fucking take the best of the worst case scenarios, right? I mean. Innocent people are still being freed.
So you're telling me I got to take the plate with the shit smear on it and be like, oh my God, I'm so glad it's not the shitball sub. Fuck. I mean, that is most politics. And that's what most people will tell you is like, well, we just have to deal with the fact that there's shit smeared on the plate.
Yeah.
And be thankful that you're not eating the turd today. Because you could be eating a turd. You're lucky you just have shit smeared on your plate. And I just want to envision a world where maybe we don't shit where we eat.
Well, let's hear what Joseph R. Biden has to say.
All right, let's ask Brandon.
As I said when I ran for president,
the darkest.
No one should be in jail just for using or possessing marijuana. It's already legal in many states. And criminal records for marijuana possession have led to needless barriers to employment, to housing, to educational opportunities. And that's before you address the racial disparities.
Both go to light up.
I mean, listen, this is still based Dark Brandon. It's like, this is still better than anything Obama did. Now, is it a different time we live in? Yes. Does that affect the outcome? Of course. Just like how Biden was ahead of Obama for gay marriage, gay rights. So Garrett's.
That's what I'm calling around. I'm fighting from my Garrett's.
Who suffers the consequences? While white and black and brown people use marijuana at similar rates, black and brown people are arrested, prosecuted, and convicted at disproportionately higher rates. So today, I'm taking 3 steps to end this failed approach. First, I'm announcing a pardon for all prior federal offenses for the simple possession of marijuana.
You know, this doesn't fully make up for the bills that he helped pass and the laws that he helped pass in the 90s to convict nonviolent drug offenders, right?
Yeah, I'm like
the
kind of just undoing your own shit stream.
But again, in American politics it's almost like you have to bell curve. You have to bell curve the whole situation.
You're such a Libra about it.
No, but it's true. It's like, I remember when I was in, we call it grade 8. Us Canadians call it grade 8, but you call it 8th grade. Mm-hmm. And we had a math test, and everyone did so bad that the teacher had to bell curve the whole thing up. Because the average mark was like 58 out of 100. But it's because she was giving us hardcore math. Like, she was...
It sounds like she wasn't giving very good instruction. I don't think it's the level of the math, right? Like, you're not instructing or preparing people to do that work.
Permission to use a controversial term? It's not racist or anything. Nothing like that. It's not nothing racist. It's just the C word. Can I call her the C word?
The C word?
I don't even need to say the C word.
Can you reference the C word?
Reference the C word.
And by C word, you mean cunt.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it because it's my word.
But can you say that on Twitch and TikTok and shit? That's why I didn't say it.
Kundalini. Canoodle.
But no, she definitely was. Like, I'm sure everyone in my class would agree with me that she was like hardcore and strict and so I remember I got like a 55%.
Wow, that's bad.
Yeah, and I was average at best.
Damn. I would have been grounded regardless. Do you know that?
That's wild.
My household was very strict.
I know.
I'm like, it would have been like, who cares if everybody else also got a 55? How the fuck did you not at least get a C?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with you? And maybe that's why I'm a little bit of a burnout now. Who knows? All that pressure.
There are thousands of people who are convicted for marijuana possession who may be denied employment, housing, or educational opportunities as a result of that conviction. My pardon will remove this burden on them.
Yeah.
Second, I'm calling on all governors to do the same for state marijuana possession offenses. Third, the federal government... I can
totally do it. Your little eyeballs, that's what they said, but your words
You're right there. I got a whole thing in my way.
That's very real.
Okay.
Do you like that I could read your eyeballs?
Yeah, I like it.
We speak eyeballs to each other. I think me and you could have a whole conversation.
Yeah, but
if we were in public.
This whole show started with you saying that my eyeball comprehension was off.
When?
Remember when I analyzed your eyeballs as you thinking that I was...
Oh, yeah.
It started, whole drama?
Yeah, it started with you not reading my smile.
There was a smile, exactly. It was the smile. That's right.
Well, the thing is, the smile did have something in it, but it wasn't...
It wasn't wholesome. And you tried to play it off like it was like, what? A human being can't smile? Fuck off. You know you're being deceptive.
Okay, I'm not being deceptive, but maybe I'm not being 100% truthful.
Exactly.
Okay, whatever. I am guilty of being very basic, like a basic girl when it comes to like, what do you mean? I'm not doing anything. I'm good. I'm so good. I didn't do it. You know what? When it comes to gender for me, because, obviously I'm gender non-conforming, non-binary-ish, whatever I am.
After your speech, can I have the pillow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, after that.
Okay.
After you endure my speech and I give my little rant, you can have your little fucking pillow.
There we
Okay. I'm only feminine when it's convenient to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about femininity outside of it providing me with something, right? Like, I'm like, when I want to be innocent, when I want to be read as soft, then I'm like, oh my God, she, her, I am that girl. Oh my God, woe is me. But then the rest of the time, I'm just like farting around, and I'm like, the fuck, bro? I don't fucking. You look at me, fucking bro. You fucking looking at, I'll fucking fight you right now. But if like somebody were to give me something for me being hot, all of a sudden I'm like, I'm a bombshell. What do you mean? I could dress up and wear a dress and heels. I'm into it. But yeah, I have a secret fucking agenda.
Thank you. Yeah, the surfing really
It was intense on the body.
really intense on the body.
It was really fucking hard on my bod, bro.
It was
Like-
hard on my bod, bro.
Like I had a really good time. Like a really good time, but I also like feel like maybe it was like a bit much for my body.
Are you imitating the instructor?
I'm trying to a little bit.
It's more okay, let's see if I can do this. I've lived in Santa Monica for many months,
Yeah, yeah, that's a little bit better.
and now
Honestly, it's hot. I love it.
you like it.
I do.
Do you think the
I'm a big suck. Like I grew up loving Blink 182. And
wait? Do you think the surf instructor's hot?
Oh, like personally, nah, yeah.
He is, but
He is. He is.
he doesn't seem like your vibe, though.
No. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. He's like somebody like that. That'd be like that's a homie.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
yeah.
I'm not trying to fuck him. I'm trying to fuck his friend.
Who's his friend?
I don't know, but he's got a friend that I want to fuck. I can
Oh
tell.
my God.
I can tell you right now, without a doubt.
Do you want to talk about the golden retriever situation?
Yeah, we got to talk
All
about
right.
that a little. We'll bring that up.
Now,
right now?
would be the best
Well,
time to,
Well,
since we're talking about these
I
topics.
I thought you didn't want me to gish gallop, buddy. So I want to finish the surf.
Oh no, yeah,
instructor
I'm
friend.
saying, just
And then
queue it
we
up.
did- yeah,
Put
yeah.
in the queue.
Yeah, it's in the queue. It's
All right.
queued up.
So it's QAnon.
It's queued on.
Okay.
So surf instructor buddy, very cute. Not for me. Like I don't think that me and him have fuck vibes at all. But just like interest wise and like humor wise, I guarantee that there's at least 2 of his friends that I want to fuck. And that's like, I think that's a low
That's a
estimate.
conservative.
That's a conservative.
That's a conservative.
That's
number.
a conservative fucking estimate. And I learned my lesson. I know nowadays, like when I meet somebody and like they're fuckable, but you don't have like that fuck vibe with them, I don't fuck them because I know instantly that I want to fuck one of their friends. And so I don't want to blow
Very smart.
it. I'm like, wow, you're really cool. You're funny. We're kind of vibing. You are fuckable. You're hot. But I personally am just not necessarily.
You want to save yourself.
I'm
for
not
someone.
quite there. So I'm like, I want to save myself for one of your buddies because when I was younger, this would happen to me, right? Where like I would meet somebody and I'd be like, wow, they're really cool. And we have enough in common. And I was just like a weird, horny kid, like not a kid, by the way. Young person, young adult. And so I would like, sex was more like handshakes. You're like, hi, nice to meet you.
I like how we went from Joseph R. Biden to sex is more like handshakes.
Well, I mean, honestly, every time we talk about, like, anytime anybody talks about Biden, it's so anti-sexual that my mind races.
To the opposite end of the spectrum.
As soon as we talk about Biden, everything's just like,
it's dry.
dry.
Yeah, but this is important, and it's about weed.
It is.
And we are the high epoch times.
It's true. I mean, I'm glad that we're covering it, but we're also, I go on tangents,
Yeah, anyway, continue your tangent.
Continue the tangent. So I've learned not to bang the person that you meet right off, just because there's like mild chemistry, because you later on you're gonna, like, once you befriend them or whatever and hang out, you're gonna, like, go to an event or something, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I picked the wrong one out of the friend group. Like, 4 other dudes in this friend group are way more my vibe. And then it's, you've already kind of dipped your toe in the water. You can homie hop if you want. You can homie hop. I'm not here to slut shame anybody.
I've homie hopped, not recently, but when I was, like, really young, I homie hopped between, like, but this is high school shit. Like, I made out. Okay, let me think about this. There's 3 girls who were all best friends, and I hooked up with all of them. Mm-hmm. And one of them I made out with.
You were community dick.
Sure, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Everybody was like, let me just practice on Shamu.
Honestly, I'm not, like, okay, for community dick, I don't even get a medal. Like, in terms of, like, my other high school friends who, like, had way more impressive statistics. They get the medals.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna give you a medal.
I don't deserve one. Not for high school.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No medal.
So. Okay, one of them made out. Felt up her titties.
Great.
One of them, finger bang, I think, and hand jobs.
Cool.
She chafed my dick. And third one, this one's interesting. We became boyfriend and girlfriend, but never even kissed. So it went the opposite direction. It's like we became close friends, and we'd go out to, like, lunch and stuff. And then somehow that was like, should we date? And, like, it seemed like that's what she wanted. It felt very, like, mutual and like, that's.
But y'all didn't smash.
So what happened is we were at a party, and I think she felt okay. We were at a party. We went to a room, and we were just chilling, and we didn't even make out yet, right? I think she felt pressure to, like, hook up with me, because it's like she's with me, and she probably had a crush on me for a while, or maybe she didn't. But that's the vibe I got. And, like, obviously I'm down to make out at the party. And she freaked out and ran away. And then it was just like that week at school was like, oh, we're just not dating anymore, I guess.
Vibe wasn't there.
Yeah, she literally just got to in her. I don't know what happened.
She was not feeling it.
Yeah, and maybe, you know what? Maybe here's a potential theory. She thought that I was her flavor, and then I just wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe she, like, had a crush on me, and then I was like, oh, yeah, okay. And then when it came time to, like, hook up, she was like, no, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was really confused. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. That is confusing.
Yeah, I just think the concept of, like, the social pressure, everything that was happening is like, you're at a party, and, like, this is it. This is where we're gonna, like, make out for the first time, and like I said, it's like we got marriage before sex, right?
Yeah.
I asked her. I was, like, so not pushy and weird. because she was my girlfriend before we even made out. And so when we were in the room together, I don't know. I just remember she's like, ah! just like, and just ran. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I remember like, you know, a bunch of people like went to go get her and make sure she was okay. And she was crying. And I just never, that was it. That was just like the end, right? Like,
Yeah,
what
that's the end.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do
What am I
then?
supposed to do? Yeah.
I don't think you can come back from that one.
Oh, this is a story from earlier than that. So that's grade 10 or something. This is grade 8. There's this girl who asked me out 3 times. And every time I said yes. And then she would break up. So she would ask me out. I'd be like, okay. She had really big knockies. So I was like, yeah, okay. I'm down. And she'd break up with me. And I remember, oh, this hurts so bad. Haven't thought about this in a while.
Damn.
We were together. I went to sleepover camp. Don't think I hooked up with anybody. Yeah, I think she was just my girlfriend. Right?
Yeah.
And came back. And we were slow dancing probably. So it was at my best friend's bar mitzvah. And Mambo Number 5 was like the big hit that summer.
Yeah, I love that.
So when like all the kids just rushed to the dance floor. It was like, right?
Mambo Number 5.
Yeah.
Man, Lou Bega really did some shit with that one, didn't he?
So so anyway, after Mambo Number 5, there was probably a slow dance, and we were slow dancing, and I popped a chubby. My dick was probably very hard, which happens. And she freaked out and ran away crying. And then broke up with me at the bar mitzvah.
Yeah, I might have done that too.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to feel no
accidental. Here's the thing.
Baby, when we're grinding, I get so excited. You know. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, here's the thing. You got to keep in mind, we didn't see each other for 2 months because I was away at camp. And she was still my girlfriend. Like, I come back. I was not trying to boner her, right? It was totally like an awkward, accidental, like, we're slow dancing, and while you're my girlfriend, I'm attracted to you. There's a lot of sexual tension, like, you know, and then she got freaked out, and yeah.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have cried.
But then she asked me out again 2 weeks later.
Wow.
That was the third. So that was this. I just described the second time we dated 3 times.
Wow. And it was not meant to be. Clearly.
No.
See. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. It's different, I guess. I also am a late bloomer.
Yeah.
So I didn't make out or like do any sexual stuff until I was like 17, 18.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But believe me, once I got there, baby, woo! I was having a good time.
You know, the thing with our grade, for whatever reason, is there was a large spectrum of like really prude / like innocent and still child, right?
Yeah.
And then there were other kids, again, in the same grade, who were like freebasing cocaine and like blowjobs. And then everything in between, I guess.
Wow. That's spicy. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that. I was like very prude until I started going to punk shows, right? And then like cuz I grew up in a small town part of my life. So there's no way I was going to give any of those fucking rednecks any coochie. or no titty filling up. Everybody called me a dyke growing up.
Ugh,
I mean, they weren't wrong.
yeah, but it's still.
But also not nice.
Yeah, they're using it as a pejorative, which is not nice.
Exactly. They were just mad. They were just big mad because I had big mommy milkers and I wouldn't let them touch it. So, duh. And also they were right. I was kind of gay, so ding ding ding. You win a prize. Yeah, I like softball a lot. You didn't see that come. Yeah, like we all saw it coming. Fucking weirdos. I'm like, yeah, I'm eating lunch with my English teacher every day. Signs that your kid is gay, right? Do they
Wait a minute. I didn't know about that. That eating with your English teacher is a sign that you're gay.
Yeah, if you eat lunch with like your English teacher or your band teacher,
I thought
like
that
the drama
just
teacher,
meant you're a bookworm or a dorky.
a nerd. Yeah, but also possibly gay.
Huh.
It's in my list of things that would be like, you're gay. But
Is it because you had a crush on the teacher?
No, my teacher was actually one of the first lesbians that I remember meeting, and I just knew that they were gay. Like nobody ever said anything, right? But we just knew that Miss Morlock was gay.
Did she bell curve at any point?
No, she was hard. She was hardcore.
So she was hardcore, but like there weren't any tests where everyone did poorly.
No, she was still an excellent teacher.
Have you ever been, just in general, have you ever been in that situation where like everyone did poorly, so they have to bell curve that particular?
Yeah, I've been in that situation, but to me, I think that's like, I hate that concept, right? Like toss it out and do something different with the curriculum. That to me, it's just like a skewing accountability where it's like, well, as a teacher, I didn't like instruct this properly or prepare anybody. And so because I did this, now I'm just going to like lower the belt, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I understand the point of it, but
yeah.
But yeah, I didn't start fooling around or doing like sexy stuff till I was older, but that's how I learned when I was in my punk years is when I was like, just, running around and making out with everybody. And I was like, you got to stop banging everybody in the friend group. You got to at least wait.
Can I tell you a story about me being a good guy?
Yeah. Do you have a story about you? What, is this like a good guy or is this like quotations good guy?
No, like actually being a good guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you because I know you to be a good guy, but if you phrase the story as,
well, you'll see. You'll
okay,
see.
Yeah.
So there was this girl. Oh, I was hanging out in Jamaica on vacation, and everyone was just drunk and high all the time. Mm-hmm. And there were people of all ages. Unfortunately, there was a lot of like creepy 25, 26-year-old dudes banging like, 15-year-old girls and shit. I think that's actually pretty common for that to happen on vacation, unfortunately. And maybe it's less common now, but it certainly was common when I was a teenager. Uh-huh. I remember that being really common.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I was hanging out with this girl, and I was definitely horny for her, but she got too drunk. Yeah. And I was like, I can't do it.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, like she was DTF, but I at that point I was a virgin, so I didn't know what I was fucking doing, but I just knew that morally it was I was like I can't take advantage of this. Uh-huh. So I walked her back to her hotel room, and her whole family were there. Uh-huh. Yeah, I want to say they were probably worried about her, like where is she? She's probably like drunk, like. Who knows who she's hanging, something right. like that. Uh-huh. And they were just so grateful.
Yeah.
Right. They were just like, thank you so much for bringing our daughter back safely.
Uh-huh.
And what happened is that when before they left Jamaica to go back home,
yeah,
they still had like a ton of weed left, like an ounce or something. And so they gave me all the weed. As hey, you're a good dude. Here you go. But I already had way too much weed to know what to do with already, because, my dad. My dad's a weed man.
Yeah.
Right? My dad was in the weed industry. And so through him, through Papa, dude, we were set. Like, I didn't need more weed. So what I did with the weed is one of those nights, there was like a little club, where people are, there's like Sean Paul's playing. You know that song?
Yeah.
And just to take you back to the time, it's
Thank
like
you.
2002 or whatever, 2001 even. And so I was like, hey, like, weed for everyone. So I showered everyone in weed. Literally. I was just like, woo, weed for everyone, right? Mm-hmm. And then the hotel called the cops. And I was scared shitless. I was fucking shitting my pants. And the cops came.
Yeah.
And the cops like scolded all of us. There was like 50 to 100 of people, right? But they were like, don't be fucking doing this crazy bumbleclap bullshit, right? Or your fucking lily ass is gonna end up in Jamaican jail, and that shit sucks. Especially if you're like a white tour. Oh my god, like,
yeah. You ever been to jail?
So I wasn't in the jail cell, but I was in a situation where I was with someone who got arrested. So I had to go to the jail and bail them out.
Okay, so no.
So I have not been in a jail cell.
No. Yeah. That was the cutest, most wholesome story about how have never been.
Wait, but
in
can I
lockdown.
finish the weed story where
Yeah.
I'm shower? It's almost done. So they scolded us, then they left. I remember I literally had like whatever weed I had left over, like in my butt or what, like I was, like in my behind my shirt kind of thing, tucked into my shorts. And then as soon as they left, I just fucking ran back to my hotel room and I took the remaining weed I had, and like threw it in the, like the lawn around the, how there's like, it's like a giant hotel, right?
Yeah.
Like a fucking all-inclusive kind of place, right? So I was just like, just threw it. It's like someone will find it. Someone will be happy. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got back to the hotel room, I told my dad the whole story. Mm-hmm. He thought it was hilarious.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Bad influence.
He thinks the rascally stuff I got into was like funny,
Of course, I'm not.
But it's because he knows I'm not like shooting up heroin and like, being a piece of shit. Like he knows that I have a decent moral compass, and I'm not gonna like, terrorize people.
Yeah. You're just a young kid out there experimenting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you? What is that?
You're just a sweet boy. Of course, nothing bad's gonna happen.
Oh, you mean like me getting thrown in the slammer?
Yeah. Even if you did, you would have been bailed out immediately. You wouldn't have. There is no way.
You bring up a good point, but I've when I was there, I heard stories because my dad knew a lot of the locals.
Yeah.
But that's another story for another day.
My
dad's sketchy. Actually, to be fair, some of the people that I met who were like doing the weed thing, some were sketchy, and I was like, there's this one guy where I was like, Dad, I don't like this guy. He's just not good. He's not a good egg. And then there was another guy where I was like, that guy is a great eggy. So there, there's some good eggs, some bad eggs, whatever.
Yeah, literally it's just a job.
I went to a bar or a restaurant with Toby, which was my dad's friend, who's no longer with us. This like little Danny DeVito guy. And he was hanging out with this like, for lack of a better term, like coke whore. Like she was shooting it in her feet and stuff. And like didn't have her teeth. She had dentures. So I ended up with Toby and this like fucking, lady. with the Coke situation.
I
I'm
love
walking it back.
I love watching you try to walk it back, and you're like, how do I say this?
I mean, she was like, that's what was going on. They were doing, I don't know what he was, whatever. I'm trying not to judge, but also I'm telling the story like it is, like it was. We went to a place, right? And she just got into it with another local, and we had to leave.
Yeah, like a tweaky fight. So
the guy wasn't tweaky, but my guess is either maybe it's a prostitution thing gone wrong, or maybe they're just
beefing.
Maybe
It's just beef.
She thought he was being too loud, and he's like, "Shut up, white girl, fucking weirdo." And then
acceptable.
You know,
as I feel as well.
Yeah, it's probably one of those type of scenarios. But wow, got a lot of stories from that whole time period.
A lot of them. I know we didn't even finish the golden retriever story.
Tell us about the golden retriever, please. It's next in the queue.
I feel really bad now calling this person a golden retriever, but they do have golden retriever energy, and they were very.
What about peanut butter from BoJack Horseman?
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, that's
the same thing.
It's the same thing. So we went surfing for Shmoo's birthday, and we were walking back down the boardwalk, and we run into this guy, and he's like, hey. How's it going? And I was like, hey, like, good to see you. Like, I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, but he was having trouble.
Physically speaking. Yeah, because he was like, oh, hey, I haven't seen you. And I'm like, how are you? How have you been?
I was waiting to be y'all were talking, and I was like, am I going to be introduced at some point? Like, I was really wondering if that was going to happen.
You thought I would not introduce you?
It's not that. It's that
he was struggling in the conversation.
That's what I'm. Yeah, it wasn't your fault.
Yeah,
I'm saying because of his awkwardness, I didn't. You were trying to deal with that, which made me think, oh, maybe
this won't.
Yeah, maybe I'm not going to meet this person. You know. Anyway, continue.
It was very awkward because it's like he stopped me. Like you know what? If you're uncomfortable and you're like nervous and you see somebody, you could just wave and keep walking, right? Like that was an option.
I don't think he thought that because
we had at one point hooked up.
Yeah.
Is that why he thought that?
Yes.
You would think if you had hooked up with somebody that you would, you know what though, but because this guy has golden retriever energy.
You were with someone, Shmi.
Yeah.
Who you've hooked up with. This is a guy who you've hooked up with.
Yes.
His brain fried. He didn't know how to handle that.
He like short-circuited.
He short-circuited.
He didn't need to say hi though. He didn't need to stop and say hi if he was like weirded out or off-put by me being with another human who he doesn't know my relationship like to.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what we like how we know each other like you know what I mean? So that's also him reading it that way, right? But it was definitely very awkward. It was very golden retriever vibes. You know what it is that I think he couldn't stop. He had to stop because of his golden retriever energy. Because he's a sweet man.
He's a people pleaser, probably, right?
Yeah. And no, he's like the first time we hooked up, right? Like he was like, oh my God, what's your last name? And I was like, what? And he was just like, I just think that I should, like we've hooked, like I should know your name, like your full name, right? Like, and I was like, I don't know, maybe we could stay on a first name basis. It's fine. Like it's casual. You don't need to know my full name. What are you gonna do? You gonna look me up on Facebook?
Yeah.
You want to go friend my fucking aunt, my grandma?
You're assuming good intent. I mean,
it's very sweet. Like I don't, but I think that makes sense though, right? For his energy, right? Where he's like, I want to be proper. I have now had the sex with you, and I want to be a nice, sweet, good egg gentleman.
Yeah, but that might all be an act, is what I'm saying. that might all be an act.
You think it's an act?
Usually people put up the best impression of themselves in the first couple of months, and then they reveal who they really are. Once they have you in their grips or whatever.
Scary.
I mean, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the case with this guy. I think this guy is like a people pleasery golden retriever type, though.
Either way, you didn't. He wanted to keep seeing you, and maybe you didn't.
I don't even think it was that. I think there just wasn't really much there. You know, that sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
But I'm also, I don't close doors very often, you know, unless somebody's like harmful.
Okay.
Right? So I'm just like, hey, I'll see you when I see you. And then if somebody's like, do you want to see me now? I say, no, I'll see you when I see you. You know?
Yeah.
Which I guess can kind of be fuckboy energy, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying, I don't think I'm interested in seeing you again.
Sure.
But the thing is, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I will be interested in seeing you again. Just not right now. I don't know.
Yeah, you might change your mind.
Yeah, I might get, you know, and this is shitty, but it's like sometimes you get hungry, you know?
Well, I was thinking of food as well. Sometimes you just want Ethiopian food.
You're like,
You don't want it every day, but sometimes you do.
I was
Now, Ethiopian food is a lot better than this golden retriever guy. So it's not an apples to apples analogy.
no, that's not at all. This is more like a slice of like cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that's good, but I don't think you're supposed to eat cheese pizza every day, you know?
That's good.
My
All right, back to Joseph R. Biden.
There are thousands of people who are convicted for marijuana possession who may be denied employment, housing, or educational opportunities as a result of that conviction. My pardon will remove this burden on them. Second, I'm calling on all governors to do the same for state marijuana possession offenses. Third, the federal government currently classifies marijuana as a Schedule I substance, the same as heroin and LSD, and more serious than fentanyl. It makes no sense. So I'm asking the Secretary of Health and Human Services and the Attorney General to initiate a process to review how marijuana is scheduled under federal law. Even as federal
About
and local
fucking time.
regulations of marijuana change, important limitations on trafficking, marketing, and underage sales should stay in place. Too many lives have been upended because of our failed approach to marijuana. It's time that we right these wrongs.
Good. Let's
Yeah.
right the wrongs.
I'm okay with that, right the wrongs.
You know, like, it's just about fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, what's up with Kanye?
Oh, man.
What the hell is up with Kanye? Let's start with the Kanye Jewish stuff. Kanye West blames Jews for sending Diddy to calm White Lives Matter crisis.
Okay.
So Kanye West berated Diddy after the Bad Boy Records founder denounced Yeezy's White Lives Matter shirts. Ye posted screenshots of their text messages in a series of Instagram posts on Friday, October 7th. Kanye West antagonized Diddy, who wants to arrange a meeting between the two. I didn't like our convo, Kanye said to Puff. I'm selling these teas. Nobody gets in between me and my money. It's my grandfather texting you now. Never call me with no bullshit like that again unless you're ready to greenlight me. What? This is my grandfather texting? Oh, so, okay. Generationally, like, he's doing this for his grandfather. Because anyone who got on that tee is me. Out of respect for everything you've meant to me, I'll be quiet as Virgil. He fucking loves referencing this Virgil. Do you know who he's talking about?
Yeah.
What's his full name?
Virgil Abloh.
Who's a fashion designer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know how I've hurt people. I love with threats. Come do something illegal to me now, please. He is not well, man.
He is really not.
The dude just needs to be on mood stabilizing medication or antidepressants. I'm not a doctor, but to me, it's just so intuitively obvious that that's the case.
He's fucking unhinged.
He's unhinged. And he's surrounded by fucking yes men. As soon as I land, we'll meet face to face. Diddy wrote in one text, send me an address. Ye mentioned a wild conspiracy theory claiming Jewish people manipulated Diddy behind the scenes. Diddy's pissed off. Let's stop playing these internet games and don't feel threatened. You'll be fine. Just love, dude. Kanye West replies, this ain't a game. I'm going to use you as an example to show the Jewish people that told you to call me that no one can threaten or influence me. Jesus. I thought I told you this was war. Now I'm going to get you.
Wow.
Now I'll get you some business. Jesus.
Kanye is just fucking talking out his ass.
And he's hanging out with Candace Owens, so that's not helping.
Yeah.
Like, he's surrounded by, like, very evil forces, but he's got evil in his heart, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Ever since his mom died. Ever since Mama Donda died.
Yeah.
She was his, like, angel, right? Like, she kept him in line. Like, Kanye would... You know how when I come to you and I'm being emotional about something that's bothering me and about someone else, and then you help me and you help me see it rationally. That's what Donda was to Kanye.
Yeah.
Yes, totally. She was the voice of reason, where like Kanye would say some crazy and Donda would be like, come on, like you got to stay humble. You got to stay grounded. You got to like, that was the kind of force she was. And without her, he's untethered. She was the tether. And he refuses to go on antidepressants because of gaining weight. So that's fat phobia right there.
Yeah.
He cares more about how he looks than how his brain operates. And it's because of his megalomania and narcissism.
Yeah.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
So, Diddy says, I'm trying to talk to you as a black man. And I'm talking to you because this is hurting our people. Stop. Now, this might be true, but Diddy is using poor persuasion strategy here. Using language like stop is not going to elicit the response you want in the person. Like, you have to appeal to their emotions. Even if you think it's fucked. This is how, our dude, the Netflix documentary was made about. The blues musician that converted all those white supremacists. What was that?
Can't think of his name, but
Daryl Davis. Daryl Davis uses smart persuasion strategies to convert white supremacists.
Mm-hmm. I know you love his story.
Of course, we don't even need to go down the rabbit hole, but of like whether or not we think what he's doing or did is valid, right? But nonetheless, he uses good persuasion. That's the key here. We're talking about persuasion. Telling someone to stop is unlikely going to get them to stop.
The thing is, you can't persuade somebody who's not well. That person's not going to listen to reason.
I know, but there's a different way to deal with narcissists. For example, with Trump, he'll do the thing that the last person in the room said to him. Everyone knows this about him in Washington, D.C., right? Mm-hmm. So everyone's trying to be the last voice. That's why there's so many people who are like, yeah, I'll be in MAGA because then I have the president's ear and I'm making the policy decisions that are shaping the country, right? So you have these fucking other energy vampires who are like, they want to be the last voice because they know that's how he operates. So that's the strategy that you need to use with Kanye. Because Kanye and Trump are very similar people. Very similar in a lot of ways, which is why Kanye loves him, by the way. He loves Trump.
Yeah.
Kanye West fired back, anything you text I will post. I love you, and you guys are breaking my heart. I accept your apology in advance. Fuck off. Jesus, Kanye, man. Listen, I will always be in defense of his musical legacy.
Yeah. Was he on Tucker Carlson?
That's where we're going, baby. But I mean, you know. What can you say that hasn't been said already about Kanye West's?
Man.
Oh shit! This is the full one. I haven't even seen this.
Yeah, we have to watch it.
Should we do the full?
Yeah.
Because okay.
Well, I don't know. We'll see if I don't know if I can make it
Hold
through.
on. Let's just because there's
Good evening and
there's two different. Let's go through these two clips first.
Yeah.
welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. Kanye West, now known as Ye, is one of the best-selling musical artists in the world. He has also in recent years become a celebrated and very highly paid fashion designer. And
I'd like to point out something that I don't think I've heard people in this landscape point out. Tucker Carlson is getting Kanye's current name that he goes by, Ye. He's pronouncing it right. You'll notice that people on the left who now hate Kanye will call him like Yee. Like the Young Turks call him Yee. It's like,
really?
this is not that hard to find out how to pronounce something properly. It's Ye. And why would it be Yee? It's Kanye.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, why would it be Yee?
Because it's like, you know, Old English spelling. Y-E, right? But it's like...
of course, for a decade, he was well known to TV audiences as an in-law of the Kardashian family. But it's West's latest incarnation as a kind of Christian evangelist that brought us to his office in Los Angeles today for the interview you're about to see. Days ago, during Fashion Week in Paris...
That's him with Candace Owens.
Mm-hmm.
West, accompanied by his friend Candace Owens, unveiled a T-shirt that read simply, "White Lives Matter." The response...
Whoa, imagine if Candace Owens left her husband, her Christian husband. You know how she's like super Christian, right?
Yeah.
Like marriage, the sanctity,
Okay.
the Christianity, right? And then she's like, but she's like fucking Kanye. And then she's like, fuck it, I love Kanye. And then they get married.
Wow.
And they have very good looking and intelligent and creative babies who are very fucked up and hateful and like just wrong.
She is looking at him
That's why I'm pointing this out, because
some sort of way.
dude, you just Candace loves the attention she's getting. Either way.
Yeah.
She's well, she wants to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
She likes standing out, being one of the few, you know, black conservative women in the public eye arguing these kind of points. Do you know she used to go by Red Pill Black?
Mm-mm.
That's what she used to go by? Like her YouTuber name?
Mm-mm.
response from the fashion industry and international media was instantaneous and uniform. Shock, horror, rage. There is no excuse for this, thundered the New York Times. West is legitimizing extremism, shrieked Rolling Stone.
Shrieked Rolling Stone, said New York Times. If Tucker was talking about someone on the opposite team,
Yeah.
he would be the one editorializing. He would be the one saying, this is garbage. This is disgusting. He'd be moralizing and judging the situation.
Yeah.
If it was just a wedge issue on the other side of the aisle, right?
Et cetera, et cetera. What was strikingly missing from the coverage, however, was any explanation for why West did this. What was the T-shirt about? No one seemed to think to ask him, much less to listen to what he had to say.
Oh my God.
Instead, the enemies of his ideas dismissed West, as they have for years, as mentally ill. Too crazy to take seriously. Look away, ignore him. He's a mental patient. There's nothing to see here. But is West crazy? You can judge for yourself as you watch what we're about to show you.
Okay, that beard is crazy. Can we just fucking get the elephant out of the room? Get that big pink elephant out of the room? That beard does not suit Kanye. He looks great with stubble. He looks good with like a well manicured beard.
Yeah.
But this ain't it, fam. This ain't it, family.
He's got the Jesus beard going.
I'm not into it. He looks unhinged to me.
Yeah.
Like the look of it.
You. He has his own ideas, we can say that. Creative people tend to. That's why they're artists, not actuaries. His free-form social media posts give the impression of a man channeling his rawest emotions right onto Instagram. The effect can be jarring and is often used as ammunition against him in the battle for influence over the minds of America's young people. And that battle is intense. But crazy?
But Kanye is now squarely on the MAGA side.
Yeah.
He's Christian. He doesn't use swear words. He made the Jesus album. You know, he's starting his own fucking weirdo private school where he teaches parkour.
What?
You didn't know about the parkour?
What?
Yeah, dude.
No.
The Donda Academy teaches parkour, and he recently said that reading is akin to eating Brussels sprouts, like as a pejorative. Even though Brussels sprouts is like the best.
I love Brussels sprouts. Who the fuck doesn't like Brussels sprouts? Okay. Oh, broccoli, Brussels sprouts,
Yeah.
kale. Those are my 3 fucking favorite green guys to go for.
For me, it's broccoli rabe, aka
Yeah. Rapini. Do you know that I got rapini?
Did you?
I did. In my Instacart run.
Oh, sweet.
I got bubbly water, some rapini. Yeah. Random things. Not just stuff to make chalky souffle. Which I did make, though.
It was delicious.
That was not our conclusion. In fact, we've rarely heard a man speak so honestly and so movingly about what he believes. But again, you can judge for yourself. Here it is.
Yeah, let me judge.
He's
for my
never
fucking
seen
self.
a man speak so honestly and move. Like, shut the. Oh God, it's
Tucker,
it's
pull the dick out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's just such propaganda, man. Holy shit.
So you just came from Paris Fashion Week. You just landed, and you have a lanyard still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen. I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet. When did you start to feel this way?
Pause.
When did you start?
Yeah, go for it.
So, Tucker Carlson's response.
Yeah,
I know he's saying, "Wow, I see why they don't."
but he's
want-"
really laughing at it because he's like, "Wow,
He's
fucking crazy."
yeah, like Tucker Carlson is like he had to pivot and be like, "Yeah, I
So
see
sorry.
why they want
Yeah.
to
It's them.
silence
It's
you.
them, not me.
It's them, not me.
It's them, not me.
But he literally was. When you look at his face, he's going, "What in the fuck?" Because Kanye's also like just dead ass staring at him, being like,
He's intense.
he's
He's a cult leader.
yeah.
He's a cult
To
leader.
realize this?
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office, and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to my so-called friends / handlers around me, told me, like, if I said that I liked Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my life. They basically said that I would be.
Just look at him then and look at him now.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Isn't that a little shocking? That wasn't that long ago.
He's just, he's not, yeah.
Killed. for wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, okay, green light me then. God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, he made me for such a time like this. It's like with David, he tended to the sheep, but while he was out there, he had to fight all kinds of animals. So when it was time for Goliath to come, you thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
So you made reference to the White Lives Matter T-shirt, which you brought out at Paris Fashion.
That was all over the place.
Yeah, what?
There were some things in there that are like, cool, I agree, and then other things where I'm like, oh, bro, you've lost me.
Yeah, you lost me. I need to turn this light down. It's blaring me in the face.
Fashion Week. Yeah. Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct.
It feels right for him to be.
He's trying. He's trolling.
Yes, a troll, like Papa Trump, Papa Troll Trump.
Yeah.
He's like a reactionary. He's a what I'm stoned obviously, but what's the word for like you go for the opposite of what people go for? You're a you know what I mean? You are the opposite. You are being. Come on, we both know this word.
I'm very tired though.
So you don't. It's not.
I couldn't if I wanted to.
Okay.
I couldn't bring it. I got one eye open right now, buddy. You see me?
Well, no, not really.
Connection with God and just brilliance. Like as if you asked like Tanya Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple spin. She was in so much practice that when it was time for her to skate in a competitive format, it just happened. Like it happened outside of practice. It happened in the real format, and that's what's happening. Is God is like preparing us for the real.
Why would you reference Tanya Harding?
Because he's a nutcase.
Why would you? Why would you reference the woman who got Nancy Kerrigan fucking his leg broken or whatever? Like,
right.
Why would Tanya Harding? Not good.
For the real battles, and we are in a battle with the media. Like, the majority of the media has a godless agenda. And
a godless agenda.
The jokes in that work, and this whole like, oh yeah, he's crazy, and all these things, they don't work because the media has, they've also watched travesties happen, just even specifically to me, and just watch it and act like it wasn't happening, and they stay quiet about it.
What is he referencing?
I want to answer the white.
Yeah,
I feel like someone caught what I was saying, the comparison to Tanya Harding about the White Lives Matter. My dad is an educated ex-Black Panther.
Contrarian, that's the word I was trying to. Contrarian.
Yeah.
Kanye is a naturally, he's a contrarian.
Yeah.
That's why it quote unquote feels right. The energy feels right to wear the White Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah.
And he put a text to me today. He said, "White Lives Matter, ha, 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 ha." And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, Dad, what do you think was funny? He said, just a black man stating the obvious. Yeah. And, you know, my dad doesn't listen to rap music, and he's like super educated. We opened up a water distribution center in the Dominican Republic together. He's like the original Steve Jobs, but he was getting blocked.
What? He's like the original Steve Jobs. Does he have anything to support that claim?
Yeah, what does that mean to you? Nah,
brah.
Blocked every which way with all of his ideas, and he didn't have
Smoke more
an
weed
endless
if your
bank
eyeball's
account, and he
closing.
didn't have Instagram. So all these ideas, he had to like take them back and compress them. Like
me.
Yeah.
More weed is just gonna make me more sleepy.
What do you got to do to?
my dad is the most brilliant person that I know, and we actually have a strained relationship because I was taken from him, because my mom was an actress, so she was a liberal, and my dad would see certain things and say, you know, we should do it this way, we should do it that way, and the people got around my mom and pulled her away, much like, you know, Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire with 4 black children. And this is how fashion wants to, how they want to present her. So I know you give these questions, and I give you like these 3-part answers. Is this a cool format for you?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, cool.
And I am following it.
All right.
No,
So you
Tucker
said
Carlson is not following a damn thing you're saying because you are rambling like a motherfucker.
Tucker Carlson is being very generous, right? He's being way more generous. Like
He's
I
giving
said,
him enough rope to fucking hang himself.
yeah. If Kanye was his enemy, he would be criticizing him up, down, left, and right.
that your father said when he saw the shirt White Lives Matter, it's great to see a black man stating the obvious. So by which I think you meant that's obviously true.
Yeah, that my favorite response, because I kept on thinking, like, you know, people, they're looking for an explanation, and people say, well, as an artist, you don't have to give an explanation, but as a leader, you do.
Yes, I think that's right.
So the answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah. Why do you think that's so, and I assume the implication is, of course, all lives matter because they're lives, because God created them.
Yeah.
Why do you think that would be considered controversial?
Because the same people that have stripped us of our identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be black and the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad grew up as a military brat, and his family moved around, but they were based mostly in Delaware. And at the time, if they weren't the only black family, they were one of the few. And he would be discriminated against because he was black. So by the time he got into college, he would be discriminated against. He went to a black college, he would be discriminated against because they said he talked too white.
Yes.
And then he played the kick drum in the band. So when he would go to the club and the music was playing, where would he clap his hands? Where the kick drum is.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of where everyone else was clapping their hands. And this is the most elegant and tasteful person that I know. And
So you just described his dad as a contrarian.
Yeah.
when my mom, when the school suggested, like, the herding systems, because what they do is take the black community and they separate us, and they separate the families, and the educated, they push this, need for higher education, and us as blacks, we discriminate against each other and say, well, I got my PhD and you don't have your PhD, so I'm better than you. And so my mom, she had a PhD, and she was influenced to move to the south side of Chicago and take this job at Chicago State University. and she told my dad, if you come for us, you'll never see him again. Because, the media ridiculed me for getting the house next door to Kim to see my children. And they even said that I was stalking her and her new boyfriend because I bought the house next door to see my children. And that's how I knew that my mom had said that to him. I said, Dad, they moved us to one of the most agreed upon to be one of the most dangerous places in the world.
He just said my mom. I think he meant their mom.
Yeah.
The children's mom, which is Kim.
Mom, Kim.
Which is his ex-wife.
Why is he talking about it like that?
Almost like they tried to kill me or something. I said, Dad, why'd you never come to get us? And that's when he told me that she was told that. There's so many things that are put in Kim's head. They bring influencers, like no one ever knew where Corey Gamble came from. No one in the fashion world knows where Gabby came from. These people were practically made in a laboratory, in my opinion. And one of the things that they're really good at doing is being nice and being likable. And what they do is, for people that have some form of influence, whether it's an educated black woman like my mother that became the head of the English department at Chicago State University, or whether it's the most influential white woman on the planet, being my ex-wife, they have people.
Is Kim white?
Yeah.
Okay. I always thought of Kim as like neutral, like not, I don't.
Spicy white.
Yeah, something like that.
Just like Persian or
that
whatever.
are around them at all times, telling them what to be afraid of. It's like not what to do or say specifically, it's what to be afraid of. And if you have a person that isn't afraid of them, like a Russell Brand or Candace Owens,
right.
It's not that we have to agree with this, but
they're not afraid.
They're not afraid to state what their opinion is.
Yes.
No one is God, and everyone has an opinion.
So a conversation like this is a window into a world that you don't see. So if you're familiar with West from the media, you think of him as an individual man. What you don't think about is that he is at the center of a battle, and people like him are at the center of a battle to get a message out. Mouthed by the lips of influencers like him and so many others, that extends a storyline on behalf of, well, in this case, the status quo. So there are a lot of people vying to make certain that people like him say the right thing.
This is the
first indication that West might become a massive problem for the industrial deception complex came in 2015 and 2016 when Donald Trump appeared. And West...
The industrial deception complex? Is Tucker not a part of that? Like, the way that Fox News hosts frame the industrial, whatever the fuck he just called it, is as if CNN, MSNBC, anything that's corporate left, so basically just Team Democrat, they're the deceivers, we're the truth tellers on the right.
Super
which
trope.
is so obviously not the case.
It's like
different flavors of propaganda. One's chocolate, one's vanilla.
Yeah, exactly.
West had a very strong gut reaction to Trump that was very positive, and the people around him were panicked by this. The last thing you could have is one of the most popular pop culture figures in America coming out for Donald Trump. So they applied intense pressure to get him back on the script, and apparently his wife was part of that, his former wife, Kim Kardashian, who West now learns had a very close relationship with the Clintons and people around the Clintons. He had no idea. His relationship with Trump, on the other hand, flourished, and he got a window into the people around Trump. And in this clip, you'll hear him assess what happened inside the White House. Very interesting. Watch.
It was interesting. A friend of mine told me that Chris and Kim had called him because he had influence inside of the black community. And had called him to say, to get him to influence people to take the vaccination. And I don't have an opinion on that. I just want to state that as a flat statement. But it was
What?
it was wild that
He just doesn't want to talk about probably being anti-vax, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what he knows, that if he steps into that water, that he's like, he's gonna have to deal with so much shit he doesn't want to deal with, because he doesn't know he doesn't know enough about it to talk about it, right?
but I didn't know how close
That was smart that he caught himself.
my own wife was
Barely.
to the Clintons. I didn't know, you know, I didn't realize it at the time.
That you were married to her.
And well, I was married to her.
How close was she to the Clintons?
I mean, cell phone away, like, or hey, tell Ye to say this away, or hey, go out and use your platform to push the vaccination away. I mean, not away, but like take the away part, but you know.
Do you feel like at times you were manipulated by political forces through your wife?
Attempt manipulation. But yes, there was some manipulation. Me not saying I like Trump was a form of a manipulation.
For sure.
Yeah.
Why did you like him, by the way? You said you liked him early, like you saw him.
I mean,
What about him?
Yeah.
Is it his hair?
Is
it the way he dresses?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
love his cologne? I
Yeah,
just think that he
It's
just smells great.
That's such a softball interview way of approaching. Tell me, what do you like about Donald Trump?
It's wild.
I keep telling this joke. If people say Trump was the first black president, I'm gonna be the first Latino president, because all the values, the conservative values just line up. Come on, man, Trump's the What do you mean? He has his own.
Did he just call Trump the first black president,
I
making him the first Latino president? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you actually
I know,
saying?
I get that he just made an analogy, but it wasn't a good one that tracked in a logical way.
No, none of it tracked.
His own buildings. We talk about. He's like, like Ralph
Tucker
Lauren.
Carlson can't even
He made
keep it
Ivanka.
together.
You like Ivanka?
Yeah.
You wrote a post on Instagram about her husband today.
So weird. Yeah. And then he's just like serious.
Yeah, that was really. He's uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I had a dinner with Ivanka, Jared, and Josh.
Weird.
And a couple days later, I found out that Josh Kushner had 10% of Skims, which is a line that I had developed with Kim. And I had a lot of issues with the imagery of Skims. I felt like there's a lot of imagery that was overly sexualized and things that I wouldn't want to see my wife and definitely not my daughters doing in the future in order to sell product. But it reaches another level when it's like, okay, well, this is what my wife is doing, and this is what she's doing for our children. But it reaches another level when her business partners are selling pieces of company that they don't have to, because the company's already so successful and it's an internet-based company. So it's like they're really just selling off the company.
Did anyone think that Kanye and Kim were going to last beyond a decade?
No.
No one thought that.
Nobody thought that.
When they got married, everyone...
It was a joke. It was like a publicity stunt.
Yeah, I was like, what? That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. We've just become so used to them being an item that we don't remember that back then when they started dating or when they got hitched, it was like very
Like what?
unusual.
Yeah, it was a
Like,
big,
isn't he like an artist, and isn't she like a... we thought, as a society, we thought she was ditzy then, right? Is that fair?
Yeah, I think so.
I think she's shown that she is more dimensional than that, for being fair.
in order to create more relationships for themselves.
Their ass and work.
Ooh, that was bad. That was rough.
It seems like nobody wants to work today,
That
even
was
though
bad.
I myself have never worked.
Yeah, well, that was rough.
Yeah, it was a rough one. Do you know what also was rough?
What?
The day that we had. I'm tired.
The day that... Oh, you mean like physically?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm also a baby button that wakes up at like 6 a.m.
What time do you wake up today?
At 8. So not as early.
Do you feel like we got a lot accomplished?
I feel like we got a lot accomplished for sure.
Like you've had a full day.
I've had a very full day. To the fullest.
We're almost at 2 hours. Well, semi almost. We'll make it to 2. That way JQ has enough to work with.
Yeah, of course. I'm just letting you know that I'm gonna hit my hard wall, and you're gonna ask me a question, and you're gonna say, "What do you think, baby button?" And you're gonna pan over to the camera, and I'm just gonna be like, and I will just be fucking gone.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting you know. Like I'll stay. By all means, let the show fucking go on. But I may just collapse and die a little bit.
Would you drool?
I don't know. I hope not.
Are you a drooler?
Can be. I can be.
I was drooling during the Thai massage a little bit today. When you're like in the thing.
Yeah.
What's that thing called? Contraption?
I don't know. Massage table, but the face part.
Face part.
I don't like the face part. I always find them to feel claustrophobic to me.
I used to feel that way. I don't feel that way anymore.
I'd rather just turn my head to one side and then the other.
Not me. No, because I need the pressure off my neck. It's actually my preference is to go into the face hole.
I don't like it. I don't like it pressing on my face. Puts too much pressure on my sinuses.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
That are unneeded. It's like when I went to the Gap, and with our release, they just like, they shoveled it out. I'm very cautious with my words. I'm really big on being able to have an adult conversation in front of the children. So I don't use explicit language in interviews especially. So I found out after this dinner that Josh Kushner had 10% of Skims and I had 5% of Skims. And regardless if, Josh Kushner figured out how to put $150 million, I'm sure it wasn't out of his own account, but $150 million, and I'm sure Jarrett still has a piece of that fund. Regardless of them putting that money in, for me to have been an owner in it and not known, just from a place as a creative where Skims is so based on a lot of the Yeezy ideas, then it's based on all of the relationships in fashion, because I had to use my relationships in fashion in order to establish Kim in a way where fashionable people would say, hey, I'm down to wear Kim's line. And these VCs, they come in.
I know. Yeah, you say it first.
He really takes so much credit. for styling Kim.
Yeah, he's got a God complex.
Like, he's just like, Kim. I mean, he's openly said it before, too. He's like, Kim had absolutely no style before me.
Yeah.
Like, she had shit style, and I'm the one who made her cool. And in a way, I don't think he's wrong, because she was just kind of floating, right?
I think
popular.
I agree with. I basically completely agree with you. I think. Sorry. Go ahead.
But I also think that, like, she is still her own fucking person.
Right.
I don't know. I don't like the way it reads.
Yeah, he's coming off like a D-bag.
Yeah, big D-bag.
And they get a piece of it after the fact, and they run around and say they have ownership in it. So as I put on my Instagram, which, luckily for everyone, they could just write it off that, I'm crazy until they see my disposition in this interview, and then it's going to get scary. I said, hey, Josh, what if I had 10% of Karlie Kloss's lingerie, shapewear, swimsuit line, and you have 5% of it, and you didn't know? How would that make you feel? And then after talking to them and really sitting with Jared and sitting with Josh and finding out other pieces of information, I was like, wow, these guys.
The Kushners think of Kanye as just a sucker.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Kanye was running for president, Jared Kushner called him up and was like, hey, can you maybe not? Because, you know, Papa Trump's running. And do you remember that?
Kind of a little bit.
I think he just sees Kanye as like a tool that he could use towards his own ends.
Mm-hmm.
So this story does not surprise me about the Kushners having like a stake in his company and he wasn't even aware.
Yeah.
This might have really been holding Trump back and being very much a handler, right?
I got to rewind that. This is an intense thing he's saying.
And then after talking to them and really sitting with Jared and sitting with Josh and finding out other pieces of information, I was like, wow, these guys might have really been holding Trump back and being very much a handler. Right?
Bruh, if it wasn't for Jared Kushner, Trump wouldn't have made the peace deal between Israel and United Arab Emirates. Without Jared Kushner, Jared Kushner is like a legitimate. He is how do I say this? They are running a scam and they need a legitimate face. To the enterprise. That's Jared Kushner. He's clean cut. When he's interviewed on networks, he doesn't
look like a real human.
He doesn't sound like a moron.
Yeah, but he looks like a fucking android.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
The androids are the people that make, like, he's fucking is a multi-millionaire, right?
Yeah.
He's laughing his way to the bank. That's why he's making so much money. Is because he's an android.
Yeah, definitely an android.
He's so cute. Oops.
Right then, they love to just look at me or look at Trump like we're so crazy and that they're the businessmen. So when I think about all of these things that Jared, somehow doesn't get enough credit for with his work, and what is it? His work in Israel or his work in Palestine? What is this? You know where he made these peace treaties? Where was that? Do you know the facts on this right here? So I'm like...
I think that was between Israel and some of the Arab nations.
I just think it was to make money. I don't know. Is that too heavy-handed to put in this platform?
No, that's your opinion. We're not in a censorship business.
Okay. He brokered a peace deal to make money. Yeah. And?
Right.
Doesn't every peace deal require some sort of trade off?
Usually, right?
I mean, I'll do this, you do that. It's
a mediation of sorts.
Yeah, it's a, what's the expression? You know the expression for this? Tick for tick, tick for tack.
Tit for tat.
Tit for tat. Thank you. See, my brain is shutting down too, so that's why I got, to get right now together, you and I are one brain.
I think together we're like 0.75 a brain.
That's fair.
Because I personally have about 3% brain.
So what percent brain do I have?
The rest of that.
Okay. So 72%?
Mm-hmm.
Of the 7? Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we're slow.
It's slow. Your battery's dying. We're almost there.
Okay, thank you. And I just think that that's what they're about, is making money. I don't think that they have the ability to make anything on their own. I think they were born into money. And for me is a maverick and a talent and a person that's been, beat, kicked, lost everything, sad to have lost my mind, went from pull myself up by my boots don't have straps on them, but I say pull myself up from my boots to becoming a multi-billionaire that gets the price every year of my net worth goes down every year on Forbes. They just keep on slowly just taking it down every year. It's like really a weird thing. But as a person that has really built something from nothing, when I sit across the table from a Josh Kushner and he just
Okay, he's dissing the Kushners for being born into wealth. Fair enough, but
feels
Donald Trump.
Yeah. Donald
Hello.
Trump.
Like he's
The biggest.
This is just very hypocritical. I mean, to say the least.
Yeah.
so entitled to that idea, and this person's never brought anything of value other than so-called being a good venture capitalist.
That's literally what Trump is. He's just describing Trump.
I have a major issue with that, and it makes me feel like they weren't serving my boy Trump the way we could have, because Trump wanted nothing but the best for this country, and it doesn't.
What? He literally tried to steal the election through an organized coup. That Steve Bannon kind of like predicted would happen like a day or two before on his show. I don't know if it was a prediction as much as he just knew, and then he was just I don't know why Steve Bannon decided to do that. That was stupid, but the point is that
boy Trump the way we could have, because Trump wanted nothing.
Yeah, Trump wanted nothing but the best for the country. What? Trump only wants what's best for him.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about
Like,
anybody else.
that's what I'm. This is the Trump derangement syndrome. They're trying to gaslight us into thinking that we're deranged for thinking that he's like a soft fashy, right? Basically, soft fash. Safashed.
Yeah.
But Kanye is soft fashed. He's admitting he's authoritarian.
Yeah.
And right. So that makes Kanye is okay with soft fascism.
Yeah,
but the best
he's
for
down for it.
this country. And it doesn't, Moses stuttered. And saying God is not always going to bring the most perfect personality. A lot of times the most fake people, their job is talking and making people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And the realest people are going to make you feel uncomfortable at first.
There's truth to that, but again, it's just too vague, it's too general. Do you know Bush just put out a new album? I know how excited you are. Yeah. This is the new Gavin Rossdale. Gwen Stefani's ex-husband. Don't forget it.
I didn't forget. I literally
Didn't he
I fell
cheated on her
asleep
with a housekeeper, like Arnold style, right?
Yeah, I fell asleep with my eyes open for a second. So you were talking and I was there, and I could see from the outside that I was in a conversation with me, the little alien driving the body.
Let's go. This is the time to shine. Everything wrong should be right. Girls, you in control. Not the government, not the government.
The album cover's giving me garbage, I'll be honest.
Garbage the band or
Yeah,
like
Garbage the band.
Oh, okay.
But also literally garbage.
Breathe. We are more than machines. We are because we feel. When everything goes down, it is how it comes.
This is terrible.
I'm straight up not liking it, doggy.
Yeah. I like this. I like this brand of button. Very funny. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't like it one bit.
Let's try another song. Heavy as the Ocean off the new Bush album.
One more.
Okay.
I'll sing.
It sounds so Pro Toolsy, like it has no life.
Come alive. See your answers right there in your eyes.
His voice also sounds weird. Like it doesn't sound like Gavin Rossdale singing. It sounds like a fucking AI robot. It's just I can't with this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't with this.
I can't with anything right now. I'm falling asleep.
Can you give me 10 more minutes of your time and efforts? There's people watching, you know.
Yeah, those sick little freaks watching me sleep.
You're all sick fucks, each
You're
and
all
every one.
sick little fucks watching me sleep.
I have something fun. This is Easy Street, okay? The new SNL.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure it's not good, but we can come in with an open mind.
My mind is as open as it's going to be right now because I'm tired.
Let's do it.
Welcome to CNN Today. I'm Laura Fields. Let's go right to the White House with our very own Colin O'Doherty. Colin?
Thanks, Laura. President Biden just reiterated his steadfast support for Ukraine after last night. I'm sorry, I'm just hearing...
Colin? Colin, is everything okay?
And that's confirmed. Okay, yes. Sorry, Laura, I'm getting breaking news that the Try Guys have now, in fact, responded to the whole Ned Fulmer situation. Wow.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, it's obviously an evolving story, but CNN can confirm that the Try Guys have released an official YouTube video clapping back at ex-Try Guy Ned Fulmer, the wife guy Try Guy. He disrespected the brand by making out with one of the food babies at the Harry Styles concert. It's a sad day indeed, Colin O'Doherty, the White House.
You're so cute, Button. You're so cutie.
Me?
Yeah.
Had a long day.
We had a very long day.
Yeah,
But hey, we got a show in.
we did.
And I can go back to Shmoo TV tomorrow.
Love that for you.
Yeah. We had some cute moments.
Oh yeah. Some spicy, some nicey.
Some spicy, some nicey, exactly. Are we doing our review? Our show review? Our own review of our show on the show? A show within a show? Or we can go back to this just dreadful skit.
I'm going to be honest, Colin, I don't know what any of that is. What in the world is a Try Guy?
Laura, how do you not know the Try Guys? Oh, they're BuzzFeed pranksters who try stuff, like trying fingernail polish or weird haircuts. Hell, they're even tried eating bugs.
Gotcha.
This is not funny.
Back to President Biden. Russia is escalating threats to the West with attacks planned.
Sorry to interrupt, Laura. This is unbelievable. I'm told we actually have the 3 remaining Try Guys on the line. Ready to talk. Are you there, Try Guys?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Wow. First off, Eugene, Zach, Keith, it's an honor.
Thank you. This is, it's just surreal. There's a lot of anger on this couch.
Okay, welcome, Try Guys. Yeah, I'm trying to understand why this story is such a scandal. Was this affair non-consensual?
No, worse. He committed the heinous act of having a consensual kiss and not telling us, his friends.
I'm sorry, why is that heinous?
Well, you have to remember the power dynamics, Laura. He's a try guy and she's a food baby.
Right. Yeah, you've said that. So, what now?
Well, we've conducted an internal review with a team of HR professionals and are no longer working with white guy, wife guy, try guy Ned. I don't know what else to say. He has to pay.
Okay, wow. So the full story is that your friend had a side chick and you fired him?
Yes, we had no choice. And we hope he is somewhere on his back with a bullet in his brain and belly.
Whoa, okay, isn't that a bit extreme?
No. Well, you have to remember, Laura. You have to remember.
Oh, God. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
It's just not good. All right. Epoch Times.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember this guy? Oh no, this looks.
Welcome to the Bo Show, the home of faith, family, and freedom. California Governor Gavin Newsom has signed a new bill that really sits right at the crossroads of culture, crime, and freedom. Here's how Variety, the Hollywood trade magazine, reports it. Quote, in a big win for creative expression, Governor Gavin Newsom signed the Decriminalizing Artistic Expression Act, which restricts the use of rap lyrics as evidence in court in California, unquote. Ethan Shanfield wrote this article, and because I've constantly tried to remind you, my audience, of how the media reports things, let's take this opening paragraph as an example. In a big win for creative expression, Governor Gavin Newsom signed the Decriminalizing Artistic Expression Act. Now, on the surface, that would all seem positive, would it not? We're all for freedom. We are all for expressing ourselves. And we don't want to be criminalized for expressing ourselves, right? All good. But this belies the devil that's in the details. So let's dive in. A number of rappers and Harvey Mason Jr., the CEO of the Recording Academy, were present for the virtual signing of this bill. In part, this comes as a response to the May arrest of rapper Young Thug, who was charged with gang activity and conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, or the RICO Act for short. Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, which doesn't have a lot of street cred, I guess, was listed as a co-founder of the criminal street gang Young Slime Life, YSL, which changed its name from Johnson Smith & Jones LLC. Just kidding. So Williams, which is what is used in the court documents, so I'll just keep using his real name, was arrested, along with fellow Atlanta rapper Gunna. I wonder what that's a reference to. The indictment alleges that Williams possessed stolen weapons, as well as methamphetamine, hydrocodone, and marijuana with intent to distribute. Williams is also implicated in an attempt to murder Atlanta rapper YFN Lucci, and he is accused of renting a car used in the commission of the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., a rival gang member. The indictment cites lyrics from 9 Young Thug songs, including Ski and Slime SHIT. Several lyrics from the 2019 song Just How It Is are listed, including I done did the robbin', I done did the jackin', now I'm full rapping. And it's all mob business. We know to kill the biggest cats of all kittens, which the court deems to be an overt act in the furtherance of the conspiracy. Also noted by the court is the 2021 song Bad Boy, which includes the lyrics, Smith & Wesson 45 put a hole in his heart. better not play with me. Killers, they stay with me. And I shot at his mommy. Now he no longer mentioned me. Some pro-rap legal minds, like music lawyer Dina LaPolte, say that these prosecutors' desire to use the rapper's artistic expression is unprecedented racism. She believes that this scrutiny is only directed at the genre of rap music.
All right, honey. Do you have any closing words? You officially asleep? Should I tuck you into bed? How you doing, doll?
I'm tired.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Want to go to bed now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Want to say bye to everyone?
Good night. Good riddance. I love you. But, fuck off until later.
Okay. Bye-bye.